All right, greetings, fellow grade 12s. So now let's try and look at this question and see in terms of what are we required to do here. Now, the question goes as follows. They say now a bus company would like to set up a sinking fund in order to make provision for replacing the bus in 8 years' time. A bus currently costs 890,000 with an inflation of 7% per annum. However, its depreciating value is 6.5% per annum. Determine the bus monthly investment into the second fund if it accrues an interest at 12% per annum compounded monthly. Now, firstly, let's try and understand what does this question requires us to do. So let's start here. Now, what is important is to understand that a sinking fund, or what we regard as a sinking fund, basically, it is going to be that fund which it contains the amount of money that is set aside to save or to pay off the debt, right? So basically, which means this is going to be the money that the company is saving so that it can be in a position to replace the bus after 8 years. Right. So, and then the 8 years is the duration of the period. And they say now the current value of the bus is what it's 890,000 with an inflation of 7%. However, it depreciate at 6.65%. Now, in order for us to determine the monthly investment, let's see in terms of what are we going to do here. Now, what we are going to do, firstly, we are going to start here and calculate what is going to be the value of the bus now in 8 years given this inflation. So now the value of the bus, what we are going to do, basically, we are going to start with inflation. So we are going to say the formula for this one, it is going to be the compounding formula, which is A into, this is A into your P into 1 plus your I to the power of N. Now, let's start. What is it that are we having here? So firstly, we have in terms of what is the value of the bus? The value of the bus, which is the principal amount, it's 800,000 and rather. So now then it contain an inflation of that. So let's see. So the inflation that you are going to have, it's going to be 0.07, isn't it so? And for how long? This is for 8 years. And now after that, what is it that we are going to do? So which means the value of the bus after 8 years, it is going to cost what it is going to cost 1,000,000 529,110 85.70 cents, right? So this is going to be now the value of the bus. So what we've just calculated now here, it is the inflation, right? So we've just calculated what is going to be the inflation. And now after that, what is it that we can do now? We can see now what we can do. Secondly, now we can calculate what is going to be its depreciation value now, because we already have what is its inflation value there. Now we can go to depreciation. So now depreciation, remember the value for depreciation is A is equals to P into 1 subtract your interest to the power of N. So this is also called, a reducing balance method. Now, and what do we have? So we have the accumulated value or the principal amount. The principal amount is going to be 89000, right? Into 1 subtract what is going to be your interest there. So the interest for the inflation, it was 0.65%, which is going to be 0.065 to the power of what? Of 8, because this is going to be after the duration of 8 years. And then now, which means the value of the bus, however, it would have reduced to the value of 519,855,80, right? So this is also an 8, right? So this is going to be your depreciation value. Now, what is important is now, firstly, we are going to work out the value of the bus in 8 years' time due to inflation, right? That's what we've done firstly. Then secondly, now we are going to work out the value of the bus after the depreciation value of the bus. And then now for us to get what is going to be our sinking fund. So our sinking fund, which means this is the amount that needs to be invested. This is going to be what now? This is going to be same as now you take this inflation value, which is going to be 1,529,185, comma what? Comma 70. Then you subtract what you're going to subtract now the depreciation value. And what was the depreciation value? It was 519,855,80. Now, which means what the bus company will have as the sinking fund, or the money that they need to invest for. It is going to be basically 1,009,329.90, right? So this is going to be the amount of money that they need now to invest in their sinking fund. Now, after here, or rather, this is the amount of the sinking fund. However, now the question was to determine the monthly investment. Now, if they have to pay this amount, or rather, if the bus costs this amount of money, now, how much then do they need to invest for the duration of 8 years in order for them to be in a position to make this 1,009,329.90? Right? So that's what we are going to look at. So which means now what we are going to do is we are going to use now the future value annuity formula now to work out the investment, or rather the installment, because this, remember, this is the sinking fund, which means they are investing to basically buy this particular bus in 8 years time. So that's why we are going to be using the future value formula, right? So this is going to be x into now 1 plus the interest, isn't it so? Plus the interest, and then n, this is your formula, I, right? So, and then now what is going to be now your future value? The future value you already have, because the future value, it's this 1,009,229.90, right? And which is going to be, now we are looking for x, because that's what we don't have, right? And then this is going to 1 plus, what is the interest now? The interest for this one, as you can see here, the one that I'm circling, it's going to be 12%. So which means this is going to be 0.12 over what? Over 2. For what duration? It's 8 years and it's compounded monthly. Subtract 1, right? And then now, what is it that we are going to do? Let's try and write it here, right? So basically we are going to write it in here. So then before we write that, we need to write the interest end, this one, the interest end there. So this is going to be 0.12 over 12, isn't it? So that's what we're dividing with. And then now you're going to take this interest here. You're going to take this interest here, and then you're going to multiply this side first, right? So if you multiply this side, what you're going to get, basically, it is going to be 10,000 and 93 rand, comma 299, right? So that's what you're going to have, and this is going to be equals to, and then now what we can do, basically, we can still continue with this, which is 1 plus your 0.12 over your 12. Then this is 96 now, because when you say 8 multiplied by 12, it is going to give you 96. Subtract your 1, right? Then this is going to be that, rather, let's write this one, this line here, right? And now let's then continue. What is it then that we can do? Now we can divide with this both side. So you can divide with your 1 plus your 0.12 over 12 to the power of 96, subtract 1, both sides. Even here, you can divide with the same value, which is 1 plus 0.12 0.12 over 12, And then this is going to be 96, subtract 1. So this is what we are going to develop, or rather divide with. And now, what is going to be your value of your X? What you're going to get as your value of your X, or rather the monthly installment that the company needs to make deposits of, it is going to be 6,311.18. So basically now they need to save 3,311 for the duration of 8 years for them to be in a position to buy the new bus after your 8 years, right? So hopefully this makes sense.